This is not working for me. I started this a week or so ago and I've been kind of working on it along. And I haven't worked on it in about a week. I've kind of lost the desire to paint this. This started out as an intuitive painting. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I love intuitive painting. I was attempting to do intuitive painting on a larger scale. So I moved to a canvas. It was really fun to start. And then I started getting into painting this ship and the water and everything. And I think that I just don't like the colors. I like the color of the water. I actually like most everything about the water, the choppy waves and everything. It's just kind of... And I really like that this pink is showing through back here, but I really don't like anything here. I hate all of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint over it and I'm gonna keep going. Intuitively, I still don't know what it is I'm going to paint out of this, so I'm just going to continue and we'll see where it goes. I'm hoping that I leave some of this pink in the final piece because I just really like how it's showing through. So if I can keep some of that, I will try to keep that. But ultimately, I can't really control if I cover it up or if I don't cover it up later on because I might find that I need to for some reason. You don't mind, do you? You don't mind. And I will show you the process leading up to this point now. So I was having a hard time figuring out whether I wanted to even leave this in the video or not, but I think that it's cool to watch how it takes shape, even though it ends up being covered up for the most part. I didn't realize that at the time. So I think that it's still important to be able to watch and see how it develops. And I think it can be really useful, especially even for me, rewatching it. I think it can be really useful to know that it doesn't really matter if you mess up. When you're painting, the fear alone of messing up can really cripple your ability to be creative and really go for it. And I feel like that's what intuitive painting really does for me personally. You start to realize that you can just paint over it. And once you let go of the fear of failing, you can really start to learn and see what works. And the more you build that confidence that it really doesn't matter, the more it kind of translates over into your other pieces. I feel like every time I do some kind of intuitive painting, the paintings that follow that one are so much easier and so much more fun to do. After I did this one, I literally started 8 paintings within the span of a couple of days. And I do have a video coming out about that specifically, so I won't go into my 8 paintings too much in this one. But honestly, doing this painting created 8 other works. I was in like super inspiration overload because I had built up that confidence and realized that it's okay if it sucks. I had already technically failed in the middle of this painting, and I thought about keeping it, hanging on to it, and seeing if maybe I felt differently about it in a week or so, and then maybe continuing with the ship idea. But because I was not really scared about losing all the work that I had just done, I was able to make the decision to just paint over it and keep going, keep moving forward. And I'm so glad I did because I really like what I end up painting. And I never would have painted it if I had kind of tucked it away and forgotten about it for a couple of weeks. So right here, when I smooth this little section out, I don't know if it looks this way to you, but to me, it looked like a dragon head. And from that point forward, it's like I knew exactly what I wanted this to be. So I took that concept and I kind of just kept running with it and creating different marks to build on the idea of having some kind of dragon creature in this scene. And the more I built up the colors and the shapes of the wings and the head, the more excited I got about the whole process and what this could potentially turn into. The fear of failure had completely disappeared. All right, I'm already 10 times happier with what I have here than what I had before. I like the colors much better. I like the craziness much better. I think I have a much better idea for what this is actually going to be in the end. This was very unexpected, but it kind of makes sense a little bit because I have been kind of wanting to do something like this for a while. I just haven't really come up with a good enough idea to do it. So it's funny that doing a intuitive painting, it just came out. I think it's actually going to be pretty cool in the end. So it kind of left me where I don't have to come up with something. I internally came up with it anyways, if that makes sense. So from this point forward, I pretty much knew exactly what I wanted to do. And it was just pedal to the metal. Let's get this painting done. I was so excited about it. It's like the time just stopped moving and I just completely got taken over by the inspiration of what I was doing. And it sounds very dramatic, but let me just tell you, if you're not a painter, it is a dramatic thing that happens whenever you get really locked in. It's like time stops. You don't even know how long you've been painting, and all of a sudden hours are just gone. It's like the best thing ever. So some of you, for my newer viewers, first of all, welcome. Thank you for being here. You probably don't know about my previous paintings that I've done, which I would highly recommend going back and checking those out after you're done with this one. But a little over a year ago, I started a series of paintings called Little Master, and I've only completed 2 in that series so far, even though I have a lot of ideas for more paintings in the series. I just haven't really fully developed them enough to create the paintings yet. The last one I did was 9 months ago. Feels like just yesterday, but apparently it's been 9 months. Anyway, love that painting. It's one of my absolute favorites. It actually sold fairly quickly after I released the video for it. That painting was titled Bad Bug, and it's very much tied to this one. I'm not sure if I want to get into my whole storyline that I have going with my Little Master series, because I think that paintings overall are more fun whenever they're not explained. To me, a painting could mean something, and to any other viewer, it could mean something completely different. So I'll kind of leave it a bit vague, but this painting is very much tied to the last Little Master painting that I did, Bad Bug, and I'll leave it at that. My major plan with the Little Master series is to have each painting that comes out, you're getting a little piece of the puzzle, a little piece of the story of Little Master's adventures and why and what's going on. And I think that's going to be fun. It's definitely exciting and interesting to me. Hopefully it is to you as well. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see more on this series, if you've enjoyed it so far, maybe what you predict about Little Master. I think it's fun to hear other people's opinions about it because everyone has a different perspective on things. And I always think that's fun and kind of cool to learn about how people view certain things. So don't be afraid to let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video so far, I would appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. And overall, it lets me know that people are actually enjoying these videos. And it also helps YouTube push it out to more viewers who might also enjoy it. So it really helps a lot. And also, if you're looking forward to more in this series or more from me in general, I would definitely subscribe to my channel. That way it will bookmark it for you so that I'm much easier to find, because there are so many videos on YouTube and so many channels. It's easy for a small channel like mine to just kind of get lost in the sauce. So subscribing is free. You don't have to turn on the notifications for it, so you won't be alerted if you don't want to. But if you would want to never miss an episode of mine, you can definitely turn on the notifications with the little bell icon. But either way, thank you so much for watching my video, letting me know what you think about it. I have a lot of big plans for my channel, so hopefully you stick around for that. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. So I am going to fix this canvas. There's like a super loose spot in the canvas that runs all the way down this way. And this is a brand new canvas. I will show you how to fix it. If you've ever had an issue where you might push your thumb a little too hard in it and then it's like, oh no, it's ruined. It's not ruined. You can fix it. So flip your canvas over to the back. Take some regular water and mist the back. And then you wait. I'm definitely gonna have to speed this up so that maybe you can see it a bit better. And I can definitely tell already it's definitely a lot tighter, but it's not completely dry and it's not as tight as I need it to be. So I'm gonna try to spray it a little bit more. Okay, so it's been a couple of minutes. It has not completely dried. It's still really wet over here, but this spot right here is kind of dry and it's still a little bit lumpy. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray this area because the rest of it's still pretty wet. But this part right here, like I said, is really dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this part and wait for that to dry. Boom, and like magic, nice and tight and no more loose lumpies. And look at that, look how tight that is. Nice and